It's been a few months since I've played Wii Sports, but it's good to finally return to one of the games from my childhood. I can't tell you how many times I recall playing this game with my family, friends, or just by myself sometimes. But even though this game came out on the Wii in 2006, it still holds up quite well in my opinion and is still a blast to play. And you might be thinking, we already know Wii Sports is about sports, but what kind of sports are included? There are 5 sports in total, and they are all super fun. And what's also really interesting is that they each take advantage of the Wii Remote's signature motion controls. There's tennis, where you're on the court with 3 CPU-controlled players in which one person is on your team, while the other 2 is the team you're playing against. Now, we all know how to play tennis, but what's neat is when you swing your racket to hit the ball in the game, you have to physically swing your Wii Remote as if you really had a tennis racket in your hand, which was really incredible technology at that time. Every other game in Wii Sports has motion controls, and they are all really, really fun. Speaking of other games, let's move on to baseball. This is the game I've played the least amount of, I think. That doesn't mean the sport is bad, but I still think it's a great time. But I'm not really much of a baseball person. Now I'm not gonna go in depth to explain the basics of how to play these sports in real life, but I will say that swinging the Wii Remote like a baseball bat to hit the ball is as fun as swinging it like a tennis racket. And every time you'd hit the ball and get a home run, it is always a very satisfying feeling. You could also play as a pitcher in this too, which is also really neat. Now let's talk about my personal favorite sport in this game, bowling. This is the game I love to play and try to beat my high score, or just the game I like to play against my sister. Swing your Wii Remote like a bowling ball for your Mii character to do exactly that in the game and watch how many pins gets knocked over. I rarely ever see myself with the strike because I'm not the best, but I do get spares every so often. But yeah, bowling is easily my favorite sport in this game. Now we move on to golf, which is probably my second least played sport in this game. Once again, it's because I'm not the biggest golf person, but still a fun time though. There are 3 different difficulty modes to choose from, which is beginner, intermediate, and expert. Or you could choose to play all 9 levels in order. How you'd control this game is by holding your Wii Remote in the position of a golf club and swinging your Wii Remote like a golf club. But yeah, golf is still fun even though it isn't my favorite. And finally, we have boxing. This is a really interesting sport because this one requires a Wii accessory known as the nunchuck. You'd shake both the Wii Remote and the nunchuck to simulate yourself boxing your opponent. Or you could tilt the controls sideways to avoid punches. And you have a health meter where if you or your opponent gets punched too many times, the meter will be empty and you'll get knocked out for a short period of time during the countdown. Well, at least until you can get up and attack your opponent again. And that wraps up boxing and all the sports in the game. But there are 2 other modes in this game to check out. Let's start with training mode, where you can play different high score based mini games based off of the 5 sports in the game. It's a pretty fun mode, to be honest. Fitness mode is where you can test your fitness level in minigames. Nothing boring, but can be pretty helpful if you're into fitness stuff. So overall, that's it for Wii Sports. It's a very fun motion control based game that deserves the respect it gets. It's not a masterpiece like Mario Galaxy, but it's definitely amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video makes you want to replay Wii Sports again, and I'll see you next time.